Truth Serum Nation, good evening. I'm back again. Good evening, Truth Serum Nation. I think we're on now. Uh, things are moving fast in this the Senate Oversight Committee. I'm trying to get some answers from CHEATle, the Secret Service puppet, and very highly volatile hearing today that unlike anything we've seen in mostly the history of the United States. So go ahead, get your coffee, get your water. It's the truth serum. Let's just try to unpack a couple of these things. Well, the same thing, the same video, Mike, same video I did about Mayorkus, who is CHEATle's boss, director of Homeland Security. She's the director of the Secret Service. Two Muppet puppets run, the globalists are doing their bidding, because what first thing I want to state is like, well, why is this happening? Why this? Why that? Blah blah blah. Why this? How? Now you saw a partisan oversight committee, Democrats, Republicans, trying to get very simple answers. Very simple answers. Like, is it sunny out today? Well, I'm not sure. You'd have to define the word sunny and blah, 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 blah. You know, the same stuff Mayorkus was doing, and Ted Cruz put a skirt on him. And I did a video about that. Well, she's listening to her boss, Mayorkus. He's listening to his boss, Biden, Kamala, and the globalists that are way up, that you don't even hear their names even on any media. The globalists that are actually pulling the strings on these puppets. So we're all waiting for the moment of truth. What's it been? 7 days, 8, 13, 20. It's been 9 days. 9 days. CHEATle's going to go get her information, come back. The oversight committee is full of the Democrat senators, Republican senators. Let's get some answers. Let's get some answers. They've had time to get things together. What you witnessed was, traditionally, we see Democrats and Republican senators, they're going at it all the time. They're going at it all the time. The Democrat and Republican senators, they're into it all the time. Today, they took a concerted joint effort, and I never saw these Democrats like AOC and a couple other ones that were highly animated, because now what it looks like is their political future that they've always followed. They've always followed the narrative. They always followed the craziness. They always followed this and that. This is a no-brainer for the American people. So now their political careers are on the line, because if things change in the Oval Office, then when they're running for election, their opponents can say, yeah, you stuck up for that CHEATle and the Secret Service and the Department of Homeland Security. Yeah, you want to vote for these hacks over here? They stuck up for all that craziness. So somehow they flipped the script, because these globalists, Mayorkus and CHEATle and the ones above, they're on their own team. See, they're on their own team. So there's no allegiance. They're on their own team, and they've had the Democrats in their pocket. But this is a whole different situation. The Democrats are sitting back and going like, we know this is whack. This is a total cover-up. Mayorkus never answered any questions on the immigration. Here's this scrub, CHEATle, never answered any questions. They know now it's a total, looks like, well, if you don't answer questions, it looks like a conspiracy theory. So what really happened over there? So they're making it worse. The globalists, they're throwing the Democratic senators under the bus, and the Democratic senators know this, and they came out all over CHEATle. Of course, she had 9 days to prepare. She couldn't prepare one answer on the simplest questions. The moment of truth. All right, let's get an idea. The Secret Service, they've been back there. Blah, blah, blah. They've done absolutely nothing. From Biden to anybody in the hierarchy, anything over there, zero. Zero. Absolutely nothing. The moment of truth. Is she coming back tomorrow to sit in front of this oversight committee? Is Ted Cruz going to be on that committee? Because senators on both sides of the aisle were PO'd that now they know their integrity is at stake. So they came out just as hard or harder than some Republicans. I never thought I would see AOC going up and down a Democratic appointed position holder, no less, from the Department of Homeland Security and Secret Service, which is under the Department of Homeland Security. That just goes to show you, America. I've been telling you all along that this corruption in the background that is being run by these globalists. And the senators are like, yeah, you got carte blanche on the president and the people in these agencies and maybe some people in the other bodies of government. But this is just too much of a flagrant foul. They're going to lose all respect and dignity. And they would probably lose some more of those seats when they come up for re-election, because that's ammunition against them. If they go easy on these CHEATle, FBI ain't even come out with nothing. FBI. She's always, we got the FBI to do this. Well, what did they say? Well, we're waiting 60 days. We're still waiting. What did you do? Well, what were the names of the officers that were on the thing? Or what was how many were there? She didn't even want to say how many. Just give us a number. You don't have to say their names. Okay. Give her 0. Those globalists and Mayorkus and them sat her down and said, don't you say a single word. Don't you say a single word. Yeah, you're going to get beat up for 3.5 hours, CHEATle. Yeah, your Republicans and senators are going to go up and down you for 3.5 hours. Don't say a word. Just stay firm. And they're so used to they're just so used to telling America, F you, right in your face, America. Screw America. They're so used to that. And they're sticking to that script right to the end. Is she coming back tomorrow for round 2? Yeah. You're right, Joel. Complete circus. She gave up absolutely 0. The one Congress lady said, BS, you're full of S. She just got so sick of it. She swore. She just got so sick of it, and she hollered at CHEATle, yeah. I mean, holy cow, excuse me. I got something in my eye. So the saga continues. Yeah, there's going to be the hearings. What did I tell you? What did I tell you last week? They're going to play this charade. What did I tell you? They ain't going to say anything. They're not going to say anything. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. Wow. Kamala Harris is the candidate. Oh, they're having parties. Trump didn't accomplish nothing in his. Joe Biden was the best president. How delusional. See this Kamala Harris. She's just like another globalist, just like CHEATle. They stick to the same bullcrap that American people are aware that it's just lying BS, and they stick to it. Joe Biden did more for the country than any of the president. What? How do you stand up there? And they're applauding. Yay, yay. They're applauding BS. They're applauding it. Joe Biden, hands down, on every level of running a country, foreign and domestic, is easily a layup the worst president ever. They stand up there because they've been experts in this BS game. They spew it, and there's nothing. They're just standing on it. There's nothing. Obvious facts. They just stand on it, and they go back to their meetings and they go, "Yeah, America's real stupid. You know, Biden got how many million votes? We're gonna just hang our hat on that. Most Americans are stupid." It's been working for them. I'd like to see Kamala get in there and tank this country for 4 more years. There you go, folks. You want her? You want to see what these globalists are really about? They've just gave you a little prep course. These last 4 years, that's a little prep course. You want to see what they're cheering? All them people that are cheering right now? Okay. Yeah. But I want to be an American patriot. I've had members all through my ancestry, close family in the military. And, you know, I got to be a patriot. I got to be a patriot, you know. And they're trying to unify everything. And it's terrible. These are puppets from the puppet masters. And these are billionaire trillionaires. Now, she announced her candidacy. She got $81 million in a half an hour. But some of them did refuse. That Joe Morgan in Florida, that billionaire, he said, nah, not so fast. He said, not so fast. I'm not going to go for that right now. You know, he's hedging his bets. Like, no. The FEC came out and says they're not sure. They have to look in, because this is unprecedented, of that money that was taken in, and is he eligible for that? Should he keep it? It's a mess. But the Bidens might have been trying to just make one last cash grab. And is that legal? So the FEC chairman coming out, and they're going to put in a quick 20-day process to try to get quick answers, but they're going to try to drag it on post, because a lot of these processing things with the federal government agencies, they take months to process. They're just trying to get past November 4th, or election date. They're just trying to up it to the election date. So that might be the last cash grab they get. But a lot of the other donors backed off, traditional donors. The globalist trillionaires, $81 is like $10 to them that run these puppets in our government, which is the Department of Homeland Security. Ted Cruz did a number on Mayorkus in that Senate hearing committee. Check out my other video. They don't answer any questions. Simple questions coming from the Department of Homeland Security. The Secret Service is under that umbrella, which is CHEATle, and they're just told by the globalists, don't say a word. America is stupid enough, and Biden, Harris, and now Harris and somebody else has a chance to win, which they do. It's still going to be a close election, no matter what. A couple points here, a couple points there. So Are they having round two tomorrow of the Senate Oversight Committee hearings? Because if Ted Kennedy's in there, he already did a number on Mayorkus and exposed him. I played that video I put on, and now here's one of his underlings, CHEATle, which you could tune into it. She's not going to say nothing. She's not going to say a word. They're briefed and say you don't tell nothing. Now we can go over and talk about the timeline. We could talk about the timeline and the sniper and it was reported and all that rhetoric. Well, then there's conspiracy theories. The more Mayorkas never says a word and the more CHEATle never says a word, it does look like a conspiracy, a flagrant conspiracy. The more they say absolute zero. And with the facts that have been presented, the facts that they don't want to admit to, it does look like an easy conspiracy. One of those failures alone would have been a lot. One failure in probability and statistics and everything else. One failure is a long shot. Now, how can you have compounded failures back to back to back to back to back? Well, that's just conspiracy theory. No, these are facts. These ain't theories. When scientists test theories and they turn theories into law, these are facts that don't need to be tested by anything. These are facts back to back to back to back to back. That looks like a conspiracy. It ain't a theory. It's conspiracy. It's been made into a law. Theories could be tested in scientific labs and in ivory towers and then be turned into laws. You know? So this is conspiracy law. What else are people looking at? And Exhibit A, Exhibit B. Well, what's your evidence, Joe? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Exhibit A, Mayorkus at that Senate hearing committee, Oversight Committee. Exhibit B, CHEATle with the Senate hearing committee today, Oversight Committee today, with both Democrat and Republican senators. That's it. You don't need to flip it and flop it. How much time passed when the Secret Service knew, but there's another guy on the tower, and then were they on the same channel? Forget all that. Forget all that. This case is already closed. This case is already closed. There's stuff that we probably will never hear about on top of this. So, Michael, how you doing? Joel Gold, New York's Crime Spot. How's it going? Francis, Eddie Love. So that's what we're up against here. And come election day, we'll just see how it pans out. I don't know how the Americans are going to react to this kind of stuff, but it's going to be very interesting. If I believe I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. Historically, my family, a lot of older Italians were Democrats, but I'm just for the person that runs the country. Fine. That's all. My allegiance is to a sound candidate that has a proven record like Trump. How do they compare and contrast? Did you see what Kamala Harris said today? Biden did more than Trump ever did. Yeah, he tanked the country worse than any president in the history of America. Yeah, he did more than he did more damage than any president could ever do. Yeah, you're right, Kamala. So I'm for the president that can handle America on just easy stuff. Things that are just layups, that it's just regular stuff that they seem to break it down. They break it down. They dirty everything up. Yeah. Watch the judicial hearing when Ted Cruz goes after CHEATle's boss, Mayorkus, Director of Homeland Security. an appointee from Biden and Obama and all the globalists. Of course they briefed him. Total joke. Didn't answer one question. Today, the Oversight Senate Committee had a chance to go after his girl, CHEATle, Director of Secret Service, which is under Homeland Security, of course. And the Republicans and Democrats came at her for 3.5 hours. She said zero. Mr. Crime Spot, I remember you telling me that you campaigned for Biden. I hope you changed your mind. You get these guys in there. Of course, that's a Biden fan there. So we got to just pray for the guy. All right. Try to be nice to the guy. But that's what you get. Psychosis from these people. Psychosis. Hi there. Love the content. Big supporter of your channel. Keep up the great Donald Trump 20. What's up, Eddie Love? Spreading the love. Yeah. New NYC Crime Spot. Didn't you give up yet, bro? How's your city looking now? Let's be nice, bro. All right? Come on. Let's be nice. All right. Check out the NYC Crime Spot channel. Yes, we had some turbulent back and forths and everything, but it's all right. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. This is America. Freedom of speech. That's all. Freedom of speech. So that's all. I'm not that kind of hater that you think I am, NYC. You know, I try to spread love and compassion and unity and rise people's thinking up and everything else, you know? So that's all we try to do here. I don't try to, MF back and forth, MF back and forth. NYC is a nightmare. Man alive. Mr. Crime Spot, I went down the street to the Embassy Suites and everybody else in here. And I tried to pull in the roundabout, and there was buses in the roundabout. Now, this place is a $300 a night place. I pulled in the roundabout, and I got accosted by a cop cut me off. What are you doing? I said, so I had my phone camera, whatever. I don't have technology. And I said, I wanted to videotape it. I wanted to videotape it. But, I put it down. I said, well, I'm trying to get a room. I wasn't trying to get a room. No, there's no vacancies. Get on out of here. There was clotheslines from the windows. Now, I know these immigrants, they're trying to get their stuff, but do it the right way. Because we all started out, America was founded by immigrants. After the Indians were already here. But so, there's people that have a right to come in to America. There's people that have a right to come in America, but do it the right way. Ted Cruz come up with the facts against CHEATle's boss, Mayorkus, and it was ugly what they're doing to America. NYC Crime Spot says the hotels in New York City are loving this. Imagine having all their rooms full and the government is paying for it. Great business plan. Holy cow. I never thought this could happen in America. Thanks for your input. He's right there in New York City. Right there. Jeez. And all we get from these appointed officials, these globalists, they've been there a long, long time. And Google BlackRock. Let's look up BlackRock and see what BlackRock is all about and connect some of the dots. There are a lot of dots out there because Biden's been around forever. And start looking. Where did CHEATle work before wherever Pepsi? Who was she connected to prior to that? Look at these people and see, connect the dots, and then things might start making a little more sense, because the truth serum is throwing out words like globalists, the puppet masters. Well, what are you talking about, the truth serum? What are you talking about? Oh, there's these imaginary people in power that control the governments of all that. Yeah. They own the major print media. They own the major network media. They spew propaganda. And these are the people that run the show. Donald Trump came in and said, no, I'm not going to be bought and paid for. No, I'm going to do it like this. They weaponized the Department of Justice. They've been going after him before he even got into office. They've been taking shots at him figuratively and literally now. The minute he announced his candidacy way back when. Every government agency had came after Donald Trump. Why? Because Donald Trump wasn't in bed with anybody. He couldn't be bought and paid for. Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I'm just for a person that believes a person that has our country on their best behalf. But this is a no-brainer. It blows my mind that the polls are still tight, 46% to 48%. The polls of Biden, Harris, or Harris, somebody else versus Donald Trump, it boggles my mind. They are so embedded. They're so embedded. But I'm starting to look at it. If I had to just spew it around, I would say the Trump supporters are concrete and solid. They're not budging one way or another. The Democrats now are running. There's division within their own party. They're trying to realign. They're trying to get it together. These hearings are embarrassing them even more. They're showing America what's up. And now now Democratic voters are still malleable. They're on the fence. November's coming up in 3 months. So they still might not have made their choice yet. If they watched Mayorkus in the Senate Oversight Committee, when they were asking Mayorkas questions about the border, that was a total flim-flam sham. He didn't answer one question. That might bring some Democratic voters, perennials, to the Republican side. Now they put this charade on today, which CHEATle, Robin CHEATle, was told, don't answer any questions. So that just confirmed Mayorkas's power and globalist power. Is there another hearing tomorrow? So now that just confirms to the undecided Democrats, you know what? We've had enough of this charade. They won't even come up and answer one question. Was it a conspiracy? Now you got all these thoughts running in the minds of perennial Democrats, Democratic voters, that now there might be like, you know what? I don't think I'm buying swampland right here. This is just getting too silly. They didn't even want to answer a question. They might not like Donald Trump, but the guy almost got killed that day if it wasn't for the grace of God. They're like, wait a minute, we got to start thinking about this. What are they covering up? This is the party I want to vote for. So the Republicans have a chance, no matter who they run, whoever Kamala picks. So they're going to lose maybe some of those perennials that vote strictly Democratic. So it could go, 52 vote. It could go 52 to 48 Trump. It's going to be close no matter what. It's a wrap. It's going to be close no matter what. They're going to buy all those media ads and put Kamala Harris up there like the next coming of Jesus Christ. She's got nothing to hang her hat on. It's she's been riding a freaking, she's just been riding a goofy wave, and she's never got anything accomplished. Wasn't she the border czar? Wasn't Kamala Harris supposed to be the border czar when Biden got what? Border czar. CHEATle didn't even go check out the site where Trump, when the attempt was on Trump. She never even went down there yet. CHEATle, that's how much they care. She never went to visit the site. Hey, Joe Rufino. She never went to visit the site. They do it right in the people's face. She had 9 days to prepare for these hearings. Well, we'll have to get that back to you. Well, when? The first of never. Well, I'm not sure. Ba, 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 ba. She didn't answer one question. She had 9 days to prepare. Oh, wow. She's from Quebec? Wow. No wonder she's bought and paid for. So, what about the senator, the lady that told CHEATle, BS, BS, you're full of S. Wow. AOC, the embedded Democrat senator, New York, AOC, the most hated Democrat, one of the most hated Democrats by Republicans, fellow senators, she jumped in on CHEATle too, because their careers are online. Their political futures are online, because that's ammunition for any future opponent to say, yeah, here's your girl AOC defending this cover-up. Here's this other one. All these historical embedded Democrats that hate Republicans, hate Donald Trump. Why are they defending it? Because they have sympathy because Donald Trump, blah, blah, blah. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they could care less if he gets hit or not. But they know their political future if they don't. Well, see, they already know she ain't going to answer any questions. They already know Mayorkus didn't answer any questions. So the Democrat senators, the Democratic senators can act all rough on CHEATle. They can act all gangster on CHEATle. They already know she ain't going to answer any questions. So they're preserving their political career. They're thinking, we're going to try to get to the bottom of this. Well, maybe they are. And maybe they do want to, because there's going to just be chaos out there. Because they're all politicians. They're all politicians. And if things are just going off willy-nilly, and people aren't being protected the way they should be protected, well, they're politicians. They want to remain safe. So, but they don't realize, well, they do realize the globalists could give two craps about any of them. So there's the division with the tight-lipped Mayorkus and CHEATle. They're on a different team. They're on the globalist team. They ain't part of the Democrat and the Democrat and Republican team. They're not on that team. So they're in their own globalist world. And that's why some of these Democratic senators were legitimately pissed off, because at the end of the day, you could hate Donald Trump, you could hate Republicans, but then again, you got to remember, am I safe as a Democrat? Am I safe if there's intelligence and there's breaches here or there and there's conspiracy? Whoa. Is this a free-for-all? Anything goes? It's a free, anything goes. Watch your back. Watch your back. So there's a lot going through their minds when something as monumental as this encroaches upon everybody. And is there round two tomorrow? Can there be round two tomorrow? She's going to go back up there for 3.5 hours, because the oversight committee is bigger than that. Are they all going to get chances to interrogate her and just get the same no answers? They're just going to go through the motions. I told you last week, that's all they're going to do. They're going to go through the motions. the same way Mayorkas did with Senator Ted Cruz and didn't answer one question. I played that video. America just have to make a choice. If it's a fair election, but they showed their ass. It's easy. The Democrats know they showed their ass. So they got to preserve their future political careers. You don't want to be on that side. You don't want to be on that side because this is creating fear among all citizens, Republican and Democrats. So there is a unified concern in that light. So who's Kamala gonna get? That Buttigieg? Who's she gonna get? She has to get a white guy, like as a political analyst or whatever. I don't know. I'm just guessing. She has to get the demographic of that Buttigieg, whatever. Buttigieg. I shriek just to try to say his name because he's so wacky. But I would imagine that they're going to put him up there, that stroke, and, make it put the white demographic up there, a white man demographic, to try to get some white men to vote for that party. But people just think that all the blacks are voting for the Democrats. Kamala Harris might be 30% black or 25% black. Kamala Harris, the first black she's not black, traditionally black. Kamala Harris is not traditionally black, Afro-American for her genealogy and ancestry. But they're going to push her because they think they're going to get some of this black vote. They think the Democrats are going to get all this black support, which they're not. See, they're trying to play the race bait card, and it ain't working anymore. The old race bait game is over. The blacks that have woken up are like, how dare you keep playing that? Like, we're stupid. We're stupid. And there's many big, huge YouTube channels that have black content providers that are very smart, knowledgeable YouTubers and successful channels. And most of them, and they got hundreds of thousands of views and millions of views and subscribers. They're like, the gig is up. You can't race bait us anymore with that goofy stuff. By the way, Kamala might be 20% Afro-American. By the way, if you're going to play the card, the card's only a 20% race bait card anyways. You think they're going to run a woman presidential candidate and a woman vice presidential, a woman president and vice president? You think they're going to run that on the ticket? You think you're going to run that? Julian Zimmerman, how you been? Thank you guys for coming in here. Francis, Julian, Joel, NYC Crime Spot, Eddie Love, Michael Candinas. Yeah. Well, if there's going to be hearings tomorrow, she's not going to say anything. Just spare the time. Spare the time. Wow, that was 20 minutes from your house, Mr. Zimmerman. Holy cow. Wow. I was surprised that many supporters came from Pennsylvania. Wow. Does Trump has big support in Pennsylvania, Julian? Is there a chance? Do you think he has a shot in Pennsylvania? Because Pennsylvania and Michigan, that's it. All this talk, everything else, all this stuff, it's Pennsylvania and Michigan when the rubber hits the road. It's the only city that don't like him. The state or the city? The polls are saying Trump is running closer. I don't know. It's going to be a tight race no matter what. All this stuff, no matter what, it's going to be a tight race. It's going to be a tight race. And people got to get up. If they want 4 more years of this globalist agenda, it would be interesting. Now, if I was still young in my 20s and my daughter was young, I would want, I'm from a military family and everything, but it'd be curious just to see how far the Democrats, if a Democrat gets elected, how far they could take this country more. I'm crazy and curious. But of course I want what's best for America. But, these people just want to support these politicians. Well, they should get taught a lesson and rot on the vine, No, I'm saying I would be Republican every year if I wasn't. Oh, I see. You'd be a Republican every year if it wasn't for Pittsburgh and Philly. Well, they're going to be close races in all the states, and they got to get the Democrats to cross over. The Republicans are firm, of course. I said it before. They got to get the Democrat perennials to say enough and come over and vote for Trump. Yeah. This is a historical moment on where this country is going. In 3 months, we will know the future of America, whether it will continue to rot on the vine or will there be some kind of a semblance and put it back together. Like Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. Well, you got to put Humpty Dumpty back together. Humpty Dumpty's hurting. So those supporters are the most people that are vulnerable to these policies, and they're the ones cheering. Kamala's laughing, cheering. Ooh, yeah. Go Kamala. Go Kamala. Go Kamala. Yay, yeah. Woo, 81 million in donations. Oh, yeah. Woo, yeah. Yeah. They're having a big party over there. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a close race. And now they got the FEC chairman in there trying to figure out these donors. Where's the money go? Biden trying to make that last cash grab. Well, I don't know if you could keep that money, because you would have to have that money after you were the approved guy. Now, this is unprecedented about these timelines. And when he said, I'm not running, and now monies that are in limbo, boom, boom, boom. So they got to figure that out, which will take probably in this bureaucratic system past the election date. So at least they're letting Joe rest. I feel bad for the guy. Yes, as just a humanistic Christian and just looking at an old man struggling and failing, yes, that's a sad thing. But as an evil, entrenched, evil politician that never has had our country's interest since the 70s and 80s, as an evil person against our country, that appointed these Mayorkas and these CHEATles that are in these investigations. I don't have any sympathy for him. Rot away. You got evil DNA. Well, if you're a Christian, you're supposed to have sympathy and all that. Forgive me, God. You're supposed to have, humanistically speaking, he's a human being and he got greedy. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. So he fell victim to greed. They're still trying to make this last cash grab with that campaign donation money. Woo! The last cash grab coming to a theater near you. I'm winning in 2020. Nah, you ain't winning in 2024. Joe, sorry. I'm not going away. You can whisper now all you want. You can whisper, I'm You can do all those charades. Rick online too. Rick online too. The party's over. You know, humanistically speaking, yeah, it's an old man. But this is God's country, founded on the precepts of God. So this guy has been evil against God's country. So he is a demon to me. He's a demon, whether he's 20, 30, 40, 60, 80. So I'm not going to be a sympathetic person toward a demon of any age. That's all. They're so used to being coddled and the crooked system that's been in place for decades. Of course he's going to still think like that. Yeah. Julian lives very close to this actual site. Says, what's interesting about that assassination attempt was everyone local was saying there was 2 shooters. And then the news said it was only that one kid. Now it's coming out that there are other suspicions. Who's the guy on the water tower, Mr. Zimmerman? Who's that guy that was squatting and up and all that? What was that all about? Mr. Water Tower. What was that? That place was wired for sound. These officials aren't talking. It don't look like a conspiracy theory. It looks like a conspiracy. In your face. F you, America. You're stupid enough to elect these people. It's yeah, that's what everyone's talking about. That water tower. Amongst the other 15 blunders that all happen at the same time. Now, usually it would take an act of 1,000,000,000 to 1 for one of these things to traditionally happen. Just one failure. It would just take one failure for this stuff to happen. There was a comedy of failures. And then at the same precise time, all these failures happened. There's a crazy kid that ends up on a roof at the exact same time. We know about all the failures. Okay. That's over. We know about that. Indisputable failures. Whether Mayorkus or CHEATle or anybody else wants to admit it, it's obvious there was 1,000,000 failures. But we have to ask ourselves, my good people, how do these failures that have never happened in the history of these agencies happen to happen at the exact same, to the second, that a kid ends up unnoticed on a roof? This is just easy stuff. This ain't a conspiracy theory. This is starting to look like a straight up conspiracy. A theory is things that you test and you in science, and you have to see if you can make it into a concrete law or whatever, blah, 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 blah. If it acts like a duck and walks like a duck, it's a duck. Then they throw a little cherry on top. The shooter in the back, the water tower, there's another guy. And then after the blast, they show him he's going behind the thing. He's doing all this and that. Why do you think CHEATle ain't saying a word? This is serious stuff from these globalists. She's smart not to say a word, if you know what I mean. She's smart not to say a word. Yeah, we're frustrated and we hate that stuff, but she ain't worried about the Senate hearing committee. She ain't worried about the oversight committee. There's other things in place she has to worry about. We're going to spin this, blah, blah, blah. I told you last week, there ain't nothing, nothing's going to happen. Nobody was fired. Nobody was fired. Nothing. Business as usual. Nothing happened on July 13th. Nothing happened as far as they're concerned. Nothing. There ain't going to be any senator to get a word out of her if they're going to have round 2 tomorrow. and interrogate her. Ain't nothing gonna change. She got home today, and those globalists said, "Great job, Robin. Great job. Great job." They all told her to resign. No. They all told her to resign. Nope. John Bloodwater, how you doing? From what I seen, it was like a movie scene. This is such the world of El Bizarro. It's something that even Hollywood, it's like smoke and mirrors. It's a theatrical. Here's the actors on TV in the committees, and they're all asking her questions. She's not answering nothing. Mayorkus, her boss, isn't answering nothing. It's just, look at this charade. What does America think when they're watching this charade? Go Democrats. Go Democrats. What do they think? We'll know come election day. We'll know. So, she had them senators nuts, both Republicans and Democrats. She had them nuts. Democrats and Republicans, they do their thing. They battle each other. They hate each other. But they were unified today because this is a whole new ball game. These globalists, and now what, they don't care. They're seeing these flagrant fouls, and they're like, ain't nothing sacred. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Look at this railroad job. Look at this hearing. Look at these hearings. They're just jokes, complete jokes. Yeah. Julius, we are closer to living in some The Giver type of dystopia every day. Yeah, they're Sad boy Maz, how you feeling? I hope Trump wins. He'd be talking the best shit. Yep. She never answered a single question, just like Kamala, word salad and BS. They're so indoctrinated into their psychology and been around for years. Kamala's 60 years old. Kamala's not no spring chicken. She looks young, but Kamala's 60 or 60. She's my age, 60 or 61. She's been running around these halls for a long, long, long time. Check out Judge Joe Brown's videos about Kamala Harris. Judge Joe Brown, the TV show. Check out what he has to say about Kamala and her history. Yep, she'd be the first female president. Yeah. Get a little bit more of an idea. Judge Joe Brown's been around a long time. Kamala's 60, 61 years old. She's been embedded for a long time. And they're hooting and hollering, yeah. Well, okay. Yeah. That's just the way it is. Elias Barnes, I think Kamala hung out with a lot of people. Yeah. It's funny you said Rick James from Buffalo, New York. It's very funny you sprung up Rick James because she's a very freaky girl. She's a very kinky girl. The kind you won't take home to mother. She will never let your spirits down once you get her off the streets. Where'd you come up with that? Where'd you come up with that? Yep. Oh, Kamala, she made the rounds. Yep. Rick James, he didn't leave any rocks unturned. Rick James. They used to rehearse right down the street from my school, but I'm not going to get into that because that's another Twilight Zone. That's another Twilight Zone stuff when it comes to Rick James and his brother. God bless his brother. and Prince and all of them guys. Charlie Murphy, Rick James, Prince. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, they're all from New York. Well, he was Buffalo, but she's been running around wherever. She's California. Started in California, whatever. Kamala, AOC, and all them. I actually went to one of Diddy's parties. They make the rounds. They make the rounds. Allegedly, allegedly she makes the rounds. If seeing pictures ain't enough proof, I guess stuff you see with your own very eyes these days ain't enough. To these Democrats, it's just what you see is just plain and simple stuff, just ain't enough. It's questionable. Actual. We should be getting smarter as a country as the years go by. The dumbing down of America. You have the puppet masters and you have the puppets. And boy, they're going to clash. Which side will win? Don't think it's over. There could be some more crazy stuff that from there. There's a long time before now an election day. There's a long time. Yeah, that's going way back to the Bohemian Grove. Okay, yeah. Washington, D.C., where the Capitol is, the roundabout and the way the streets are set up, it's set up as an owl. I'm not saying it. Washington, D.C., the street, the composition of the streets is that owl, that ceremonious owl that those crazies believe in. Yep. We should be voting for every little thing instead of a person. This just happened. A kid filmed it. Yeah. Well, yeah, they do it. They do it in your face. They do it in your face. We can get all these videos out. They could, all these videos and all that. It don't matter. It's going to be a tight presidential race. It's going to be a tight race. And a lot can happen between now and election day. These hearings will blow over. The Senate Oversight Committee on what happened on July 13th. That'll blow over. All that hot air will blow over to a whisper. It'll blow over to a whisper. That's how it works. It'll just blow over. And we'll see if people, how they're going to react to it. And that's just the way it is. It is going to be a tight race. 2 points here or 2 points there. Sad boy Maz, the last person I voted for was Ronald Reagan. The last person I voted for in 80. Just got of age. I'm going to go out and vote. All Republicans. I'm not even going to look at their name. I'm voting all Republicans. Click, 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 click. All Republicans. I don't have allegiance to either party. I'm a historical Democrat. Not anymore. Right now, right here, right now in America, this is going to be the most critical part in American history. And all I've seen from the Democratic side is just insanity. I'm going to click every Republican. Click, 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 click. I said it once and I said it before. Yep. That's all. And then whatever happens, happens. Every race, everything under the sun. That's it. Mario Mendez, how you feel, buddy? So we're just having a little chat here tonight, and What I seen on that oversight committee, those hearings, oh my gosh, they are under globalist instruction. Mayorkus, don't say a word. And CHEATle, don't you dare say a word. Let them senators blow off all that hot steam. We'll just wait and see what happens in November. That's all they're banking on. That's all they're banking on. Don't say a word. You can have 8 million hearings. You're the same rhetoric, the same gibberish. Go ahead, have all the hearings. We'll wait. We'll just wait and see what happens. That's their position. Obviously, we'll just wait and see what happens on election day. You could have hearings right from now, right up to election day. Don't matter. Some of the perennial Democrats might switch over and vote Republican. It's a tight race, my good people. It's a tight race. And if I'm elected, I'm going to straighten this stuff out. The first day I'm in office. You speak the truth. That's why I love listening to you. Thank you, Eddie Love, for showing some love. Well, we just try to break things down here, Mr. Love. And, just what is what? There's a lot of suckers out there. There's suckers, you could just run game on. There's suckers you could run game and go back home and laugh. How could people be so stupid? They're just running game. They're just running game. I was around when game was GAM. They didn't have an E on it. All right. I'm not proud of some of the things I've done in my past, but this is just, you don't have to be a past hustler or anything like that, but just have eyes and ears, eyes to see and ears to hear, that you could just recognize bullcrap game very easily. That's what boggles my mind, that how the Democrats just keep having so much support. They just, and most of that demographic are the ones that are getting hurt by these globalists. Wow. When does a sucker finally say, hey, hold on here. I've seen this trick before. You've been doing this trick for years. You know what? Hold on here. I'm going to go talk to this guy. What's his name? Donald Trump. I'm going to go see what this guy has to say. I'm not sure I want to be. You've been running this game on me for a long time here. So if the Democrats get some dissension in that voting base, they come over, then Trump has a shot. Or if they're just lifetime suckers, then that's what they are. They enjoy expensive groceries, and they enjoy being broke. So you're in love with your oppressor. That's called the Stockholm Syndrome, I believe. You fall in love with the person that's oppressing you and abusing you. And then you say, I want more abuse. By the way, I think I love you. That's half of the Democratic voting base. Will they wake up and say, hey, hold on here. Nah. Hey, get these handcuffs off of me. The Stockholm Syndrome. Thank you, sad boy, Maz. Can the Republicans get enough Democrats to come in and tip the scales? Today, we are living in a time which November will definitely change or not change. Well, there's going to be change for the good if Trump is in, or there's going to be change for the bad. And you think these last 4 years were crazy? And they know this last candidate can get it all in for another 4 years? Even if the Democrats win this election, they're going to tank the country worse, and they'll know they can't win in 2028. So they're going to tank this country more than you ever knew. They're going to get it all in while they can. because they could see the writing on the wall and how smart or stupid America is. So this is one point in American history where it's all came into the people's view. And how people accept it, how people process this time that we're living in, and how they'll behave on election day. Boy, a good profile in psychology, a good psychological, a good thesis. If you were writing a paper, I've written many in psychology, thesis and everything. This would be a good thesis if you're a student at college and you had to write a paper. You'd catch the best time right now. You got so much information out there. You could write a 500, you could write a 1,000-page thesis just on one person from one agency, let alone a slew of them. And you'll probably see people writing books also. All these background people that might have knew this and that, and they'll be coming out with books. Speaking of books, there's a link in my description to a memoir, which is from one of the best authors ever. It's cheaper than a price of coffee. It's cheaper than a Starbucks coffee. All right, help your boy out. The link is in the description. Okay, Robert B., Michigan. The Republicans got to win Michigan and Pennsylvania. Here it is, folks. Michigan. The party's over. Pennsylvania, Michigan. Otherwise, you're going to go to the gas pump. It's going to be $25 a gallon, I'm guessing. Go get you think this is inflation right now? And they got a thing called hyperflation, where things go up 300%, 400%. Give these Democrats 4 more years. You'll see what inflation is all about. You'll see what hyperinflation is all about. You're going to get a good taste of it because they're going to get it in. You give them 4 more years, they're going to get it in. On steroids. The Chinese are buying out everything left and right. Anyways, a lot of damage has been done. The Trojan horse has already entered the kingdom. The Trojan horse has already came. And all the soldiers are running out there doing their thing. Socialists, Marxists, and communists. They're in the media. Did you see the other hearings? The positions in cabinet, the appointees, the Biden appointees that they got these socialists in? And poor Ted Cruz is trying to fight them? Wow. So they're already here. They're already infiltrated. And they got a lot in these last 4 years. Going to take a lot. If Trump gets elected and he could get things back in 4 years, you're going to need another Republican to get elected. Maybe J.D. Vance. If they win this election, and it's Trump's last term, obviously, who's the next bright, good-looking kid? J.D. Vance. Grab a hold of the reins and take it from there. Pass the baton to him. And then maybe they can clean the swamp even more. Because listen, you thought the swamp was dirty when Trump first came in? Look at these hearings. Look at this gibberish. The swamp just got bigger. The swamp is an ocean. It's going to take a lot of cleaning. It's going to take 4 years, 8 years, maybe 12 years if you can get a good president, which it's got to be a Republican. The only ones that are thinking half logically. So I'm just saying, you're going to need back-to-back Republicans to stop the bleeding. It ain't a swamp anymore. It's not a lake. It's an ocean. It's an ocean. Yeah. China owns everything already. So, does anybody know? Now, I'm not sure because I watched so much of these hearings. It was so frustrating to watch her sit there. I knew she was going to do it, but geez. When those globalists tell you to shut up, Mayorkus and CHEATle, you shut up. You shut up. You take that beating in front of that committee. You take that beating for 3.5 hours. You make sure you stay shut up. These globalists don't play. These globalists don't play. I don't even mention their names. I know their names. I don't mention their names. I said their first names on another video. No, my little old channel. Yeah, you just got a little old channel. No, I still don't want to go there. No. I don't want to go there. No. So, yeah, our kids are suffering. Can't do anything without computers. Not good. 13 families running the world. Elias Barnes. I think there might be, let's just say there's 13 families. Globalists, however you want to term them. Within that regime, 13 families. There's 4 that control most of that 13. And then within that 4, you got the ultra, the super duper. I'm not even going to say their first names. You got 2 that go back to many, many, many years. 2. Joel Gold. Oh, Joel Gold put his input in there. Joel Gold. Yeah. And so you got our government, you got the DHS, Department of Homeland Security. The Secret Service falls under that. The Department of Home Security, Secret Service falls under that. Department of Homeland Security, Mayorkus. The Director of Secret Service, CHEATle, was on the hearings today, didn't say a word. Those are the underlings of these trillionaires. The trillionaires. So they don't play. Mayorkus, you don't say nothing. Robin CHEATle, you don't say anything. They're gonna abuse you. Even the Democrats on the Oversight Committee, the Senate Oversight Committee, even the Senate is going to go up. Even your people, your homeboys and girls are going to go up and down you in these hearings. Sit there and say nothing. And she's obeying. She's obeying. She didn't say anything. Comedy Hacks, I'm glad you're talking about all this stuff. Well, thank you for joining, Comedy Hacks. I throw things around. I communicate with the people that help me. I don't have technology, but we throw some things around. I'm interactive. I do all live streams because I don't have technology to video and upload and all that, GoPro and all that someday. But we have fun here. Thank you, Comedy Hacks. If you have a channel, check out the Comedy Hacks, as long as he's saying good things about me. We have a real big show tonight. Tonight, making their North American debut, the Beatles. All right, enough of that. So, you're not going to get anything out of these hearings. What you are going to get out of these hearings, one thing is, though, how these globalists are really running the show. And it pisses off even the Democratic senators, because do they feel safe? Hmm? They can't hinge up. They can't tie up to Mayorkus or CHEATle. They can't hitch their horse to that cart. They can't hook their cart to that horse. What I'm trying to say, they can't defend them. They don't want to be on the wrong side of this, because this is a no-brainer. Oh, all right, no chat or comedy hacks. They don't want to hitch their cart to that horse. That's the sinking. That's the Titanic already sunk. So these senators on this oversight committee, they're just looking for their political career. They can't connect to that gibberish, which is so obvious to America. It's not even a conspiracy theory anymore. They're proving it by being tight-lipped that the globalists are running this. Too bad, America. We got our bought and paid for agencies. They ain't going to say nothing. Too bad. We'll just wait and see what happens on election night, because we're convinced that there's enough stupid Americans that could still get a Democrat president. So don't say anything, CHEATle, and she's not. Who couldn't guess that? They're just going to wait to the end. They're going to go to the wire. It's a horse race. It's a presidential race. Well, we'll see what happens at the wire. They're not going to concede to anything. Let the American voters decide. See how much swampland they'll buy. See how they think. Well, they already know how they think, but will some people wake up from the Democratic side and vote Republican and get this country back on track? What's this nuclear whatever submarine that's sitting outside of Puerto Rico or from Russian or China or Russian sitting off our coast? Well, what's going on with that? Well, didn't they report some nuclear encroaching close to us? What the hell's going on? I don't know. I don't know. Are we? Could there be World War III? Well, World War III is the end of the world. Don't these globalists want to live? Oh, it was a Russian submarine, John Bloodwater? Well, when Putin met with them, it was sitting off of Cuba. Thank you, comedy hacks. What? Sitting off of Cuba? Jeez. Well, then, supposed war games with Cuba. Well, these globalists, don't they want to live? They just want to disintegrate planet Earth? Don't these globalists want to live and enjoy their trillions of dollars? Don't they want to live? They shouldn't want war. Man. Apparently, there are more ships coming our way. No wonder everybody's buying all these bomb shelters and survival things you could build in your yards. They got bunkers. Yeah, they're building all these bunkers over here. Food supply, grow food underground, energy sources, generators, power sources. What the heck's going on here? Jeez. They got to win Michigan and Pennsylvania, or I'll be trying to jump in one of these bunkers. I got to start doing some groundwork here. Who's got a bunker out here? Only the rich will survive, sad boy Maz. Wow. Man, I appreciate you guys coming in and helping me out. I got 1,000 subs. I've been censored. They froze my subs again, and I could still get the views, but they whatever they do. I'm going to speak the freedom of speech. I'm going to speak my piece. Whatever they do to me or my channel, I've said other things before. It didn't match their views, and I paid the price, but I'll go right to the end. That's all. I'll go to the end. I was taught freedom of speech and stick up for your rights. And that's it. Why do we have to fight for things that were just supposed to be normal? We're going through all this stuff just to get to normal. We're fighting tooth and nail just to get at par. We're not asking for anything above and beyond just normal logic and thinking. Why does that seem like it's a million miles away? These globalists own most of the networks and the print media. So they got an edge. Now, you know how much how much money Kamala already raised it, 81 million in 90 seconds, because these globalists got trillions. So she's going to run ads around the clock. She's got enough campaign support money to run these ads, anti-Trump ads. She's going to run these ads around the clock. That's a no-brainer. But it might not be enough. It's going to be a close race. They're going to have all the edges on money, network TV, and print media. They're going to have all the edges. So, Comedy Hacks, I come on here, not traditional technology. I do it. I have fun. I told gangster stories, but I like to do current events. We're going to get back to the old time gangster stories, but I got more chops and education and knowledge or communication or whatever to share these things in an open forum and throw things around, and we're going to get back to some old mobster stories and things like that. But this is a very critical time in America. And I want a video library. So 3 years from now, I can go back and look and say, oh, this in reflection, so there ain't never been a time like this. ABC National News was a full blitz for Kamala. Oh, yeah. ABC. She was like the second coming of the Christ. Ivan Lord, doing a great job with the current event shows, Joe. Oh, thank you, Mr. Ivan Lord. You found me from the mob tube? Yeah, well, thank you, Comedy Hacks. My mother didn't raise a gangster. I'm a Christian. My mother raised me to be a thinker, stick up for myself, stick up for your rights, and that's that. And I don't have a big channel. I've been railroaded. I've been censored. I've been thrown out. I'm swimming upstream. And if I was ever in the fast lane in that algorithm, if they ever put me in the fast lane algorithm, I would have had 50,000 subscribers in no time. What are they worried about little old me with my 1,000 subs and I get 100 views for a video? What are they on top of me for? What are they afraid of? They froze my ticker already. That's been going on now for 6-7 weeks. What are they afraid of? Little old me. They just want to censor everybody that has an opinion. Crazy. Because they want to put these small fires out like me. Because if I ever had a bigger audience, I can exchange some ideas back and forth and try to inspire people to start thinking for themselves, which should be your right in America. But we'll just have to see what happens. I got a lot of mob stories that I'll do them. I'll do them. You know, I'll do them. But I just want to stick up for this country, and hopefully, uh, I'm from a military family, and just what's best for the country. That's all. And I wish Elon Musk would buy YouTube, but I give Elon Musk credit. What about that? What about that interview he did with that ex CNN hack, Don Lemon? Yeah, he put a skirt on old Donny boy. So yeah, like I saw Barstool, Dave Portnoy. I did a video earlier. Boom, boom, boom. Dave Portnoy came out and spoke his piece on what the hell is going on, and I gave him credit. Barstool is never going to watch this, but I could give a narrative and a commentary as good or better as anybody at Barstool, and they got millions of subscribers. But I could speak my piece just as good or better than them. I'm confident. I'm confident. I don't care what the numbers are, but I'm confident. But he's in a bigger position where the government could at any time come in and try to railroad him. I don't have assets or money or anything like that. I don't have all that. He does. You know, so they bar me from this and they censor me for this. Well, okay, Joe, you lasted a while. Okay, well, go on and live your life after that. Okay. Of course, I'd be pissed off and frustrated, but it takes a lot for these millionaires to come out and speak their piece. A lot of them just sit home, little scared little people, and don't want to say anything, even if they might be generally peed off. Just don't rock the boat. Don't rock the boat. Just you'll be still rich. Don't say anything. Boom, boom, boom. Dave Portnoy came out and said it. My hat's off to Dave Portnoy. You need a political correspondent? I'm the guy. I'm better than anybody you got over there. Okay? He'll never watch this or anything like that. That's all right. That's all right. Yeah. Thank you, sad boy Maz. Stay great. Dom Lemonade was trying to play hardball with Elon and he got booted right in the head. Oh, that was priceless, Ivan Laura. That was priceless. Another CNN hack that thought he could come in with the same old gibberish. Elon Musk said it. Are you cracking jokes? Yeah. Are you cracking jokes, Don Lemon? Yeah. Fired. Come right in. It's the games people play now. But you got these elitists like Portnoy and others. Most of them support the globalists. Most of them. A lot of them support the globalists because they know the power of the globalists. So those globalists look at the campaign donations, and they look at all the people that donated. Okay. Yeah, they're on our team. They're on our team. They're on our team. Everything's cool. You don't think they look at those campaign donations? Hundreds of millions of dollars. They look, okay. And they see those people. Portnoy said, I could give two craps about all that. This guy's a bum. They're all corrupt. Ba, 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 ba. He'll never watch this video, but my hat's off to a guy that is a very successful man, and he knows how they rock and roll. He come right out there and said it. Those are the kind of cayunes I like on people. Those are the cayunes, if you know what I mean, that I like on people that can just come out there and put it out there. He ain't bought and paid by anybody. And if he wants to come out and say something about somebody, he says it. The way it's supposed to be. But they weaponize the Department of Justice. They come up with mock freaking crimes and all this, wow, insanity. And holy cow. That's why I say he's a very brave man. Very brave man. He's got cayunes. So I don't mean to insult or anything that say I'm as good or better like that or what, things like that, but I'm capable and competent from spinning things or trying to make people aware or my communication skills or anything like that, or things I might have knowledge in. What I'm saying, that I'm supposed to be confident. I've seen it all. Street smart, book smart, been around, boom, boom, boom. I've seen it all in these 61 years. If I didn't get censored and hacked on this channel, I'd have 100,000 subscribers by now. So you're a victim. Well, okay, who cares? I'm going to still pump. I'm still pumping right out. I'm just going to keep going. Been following Dave quite a while. The Captain Dave video was epic. You saw that, Ivan Lore? I tell you, in this day and age, that was very commendable and respectful. That, yeah, that was a breath of fresh air, where you get embedded and frustrated in all this craziness and all these power grabbers and all these billion and then he comes right out there and he's followed by a lot of people. There's a lot of people watching Dave Portnoy. There's not a lot of eyes on me, but he knows there's a lot of people hinging on his words. So there you have it, folks. Oh, you saw it as soon as it was posted? Yeah. Yeah. Holy cow, man. So yeah, he'll never watch this or whatever. It'd be 18 miracles. But, I'm just saying, I feel the same way about this. He has a huge voice. I've been censored 18 million times. And I don't have any, and I'm a small channel with no technology. I only do live streams because I can't upload from the GoPro camera. But all that being said, I could still throw around current events and other topics and fields of knowledge just like them at Barstool, just as well as them or anybody else. Forget about numbers. I still got my skills. We'll get back to some of the gangster stories and stuff like that. They did the pizza reviews. Yeah. Oh, all right. That was real big, those pizza reviews. So, that's cool. I'm going to keep fighting as long as they keep letting me. And we're going to just hang out, do our thing. And these times are moving real fast. This day and age we're in, this is probably the most historical time since the Revolutionary War of America. Because how communist and fascist and socialist is this country going to really get? You've just had a taste of it. You've had just a little sample size of it this past 4 years. You're going to see it on steroids if the Democrats get in the presidency. Who's to say that America's history will say, well, in 2024, America changed during this age. It'll be in all the history books that America now became socialistic or Marxist. Who's to say that can't happen? They're already halfway there. Forget about who's the president. It's already halfway there. So my hat's off to Mr. Dave Portnoy from Barstool. And I don't mean to insult. I just say I'm as competent. And just because I have a smaller channel and smaller numbers, I can throw things around with the best of them. Whatever your name is or your numbers are, not an insult. I'm just a confident guy. That's all. And I respect him because it took quite a person in this era. Yeah. If I didn't get censored, I'd be bigger than Barstool if I didn't get censored. However long they've been around, give me 7 years of not being censored, I'd have 30 million subscribers. They swimming upstream. I'm exaggerating. I wouldn't have that much because they were very good at what they do, but I'm confident, but maybe I exaggerated. I'd have 50,000 subscribers, okay? But I'm going to ride it to the end. And yeah. It started way back when I did a political video about a certain person. And that's when it all started, way back. I did a political video, and that was the beginning of it. My channel was rising up good. My channel was going exponentially. It was going. Boom. 3 months, censored. Start from scratch again. Then there was another 4-week gap. Then there was another thing. They froze me up and everything. And I'm just going along with it. You know, I want to keep the channel going. I want to see my friends. And I want to keep it going. And, you know, but they can wear a person out. They can wear a person out. I've done almost 600 videos in 2 years. Yep. These are some uncharted territories. You have some good points to share. I'm going to do my best, Mr. Ivan Lore. I'm going to do my best. And I'm just a one-man gang. I don't have finances. I don't have all this technical. Look at my studio. I don't have all this backup and all that. I'm just one little guy that has the least amount of resources, and I'm trying to do things, and it's hard to speak your speech. It's hard to speak your mind. They got to put little fires out before they turn into big fires. And I'm glad there's a Barstool that can have millions of viewers that can freaking see this. Sir Drums, how you feeling? I'm in the middle of a marathon right now. 1 hour, 37 minutes. I'm just spitting it out there. Talked about the Senate hearings today, and that gag order that's been put on Robin CHEATle. That's just obvious. And there's not going to be anybody fired. I don't think there's going to be anybody fired. They're acting like the events on July 13th. They're acting like it didn't even happen. She wouldn't even tell you if it was sunny out or raining out. Mayorkus or CHEATle. It's just another circus perpetrated on a national scale, and those globalists are laughing. They've been told to say nothing, and let's just wait it out to November 4th. Just wait it out. You're not going to get anything out of the Department of Homeland Security or any of those agencies. Wait it out. Let it ride. November 4th. It is a tight race. Let it ride. Going to be America can rot on the vine or make a little comeback. They're going to need 12 years. They're going to need 3 Republican terms to really. This is a bigger, like I said, this is a bigger swamp you got to clean up. This swamp is not a swamp, and it's not a lake. It's the Atlantic Ocean. I repeat myself. There's a lot more cleaning to do. And it might be safe to say that even though CHEATle and Mayorkus have been doing this gag order and not saying anything, they're still under the statutes of perjury. They're still under those statutes. So they got to just sit and ride this thing, because once Trump gets in and has control of these things, they might be coming back. Good old Mayorkas might be coming back to some future Senate committee hearings. Good old CHEATle might be coming back to some good old Senate committee hearings and possible charges. Perjury is a no-brainer. Perjury. And all the communications between the agencies, July 13th, the communications, all those are documented in the database of the government and these agencies. They're all the communications. They don't have them. What did she think she was supposed to bring to this investigation hearing? She didn't bring nothing. She didn't bring one paper with her. She had 9 days. She had 9 days to get it together. She had 9 days to get it together. You know what she brung to the hearing? She brung a bottle of water. The Diddler 88. Hey, buddy, we should hang out sometime. How you feeling, man? So if they have more of these oversight hearings, round 2, they just went at her for 3.5 hours. She didn't answer one question. She had 9 days. 9 days. Not little. She didn't answer questions that the committee already knew the answers. The country knows the answers. They asked questions that the country knew the answers, and she still gaslighted them. Yeah, she was on. Oh, yeah. The one senator asked her about how she communicated with her colleagues on her government-issued phone or her private phone with encrypted apps or not. She didn't have a straight answer. What's going on here? So this is on the government record phone. And then her private phone. Now, encrypted what? Holy cow. Man. I don't know how America's going to respond, but geez, it's just flagrant right in the people's face. They're so used to this control that they don't even care. They can run these hearings around the clock. Nothing's going to happen. All these globalists and these people of power are saying, there's nothing left to do but just wait till November 4th. Don't say anything, Mayorkus, the Director of Department of Homeland Security. The Secret Service is under the Department of Homeland Security. That's Robin CHEATle. She said nothing. Mayorkus said nothing. Don't say nothing. The country might be stupid enough to just vote Democrat this next election. So don't say nothing. You can run these committee hearings around the clock. What good is hearings when the people being questioned don't have to answer anything and there's no accountability? But she didn't even want to come out and say yes or no because she's subject to perjury. Just like Mayorkas when he was being shredded out by Ted Cruz on the border issue, and Ted Cruz shredded out Mayorkas, who's her boss. She didn't want to say nothing. So I appreciate everybody that come in here, the Diddler 88 and everybody. I appreciate that. I'm going to chill out and relax. God bless you. Hit the like button. Support the channel. Super chat. There's a link to the book in the description. Anything you can do, hit the like button. Thumbs up. God bless you all. And let's enjoy and do the best we can. All right? Thank you for your support. God bless you all.